The Chaco culture sites, also known as the places that were populated by the Puebloan people. Now, as a Coloradan, I always heard that the people who inhabited Mesa Verde were the Anasazi Indians, but apparently that's an offensive term. It means something about the enemy or something like that. So they prefer to be called the Puebloan people. So, the more you know. But anyway, the Puebloan people mostly settled, or as far as I know, they mostly settled in the Four Corners area, which is where Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah meet. And it's a perfect little, where the state lines are, it's like a Four Corners. And so Mesa Verde, if you don't know, if you've never heard of it, look it up. It's fascinating. These indigenous people built cliff dwellings into the side of these cliffs. And when I first arrived in spirit at Mesa Verde, there was what I would interpret as a tribal council. It appeared to be a group of elders of indigenous Americans. And at first they were very weary of me because I look like a colonizer. And I understand that. So I told them why I was there. I wanted to observe and learn. And asked them if there was anything that they wanted to show me, any history they wanted to show me, anything that they would want me to learn and pass on, or if they wanted me to just go away. And so they were kind enough to take me on a journey back through time. They took me about 12,000 years ago. And when Mesa Verde was, it was very lush and green and very fertile. And there was water nearby. There were lots of migration routes for animals. So there was lots of hunting, fresh water. The people could just thrive there. And so they settled there, built their cliff dwellings. And then over time, as the land changed and the geography changed so that there was like a drought and they weren't going to be able to thrive there anymore, I saw a vision of them sending scouting parties different directions to find places where they could move. And apparently that's when they also went to Monument, Colorado, what is now Monument, Colorado, which is Chimney Rock. And then they also went south and southwest to Chaco Canyon and other various places. But the message there was, if the land can no longer fit your needs, then you find land where you can adapt. They're a part of the message, and it's hard to put this into words, so forgive me. Part of the message was that white people, colonizers and settlers, we tend to try to control and push and pull everything to suit us. We try to make the land adapt to our needs instead of adapting to the land. So the Puebloan people, they were so spiritually connected with the land and the sky, Mother Earth, and Creator, that they adapted themselves to the land, and that's how they thrived. And they would have to, as climate change happened over, generations, they would get up and move or spread across a geographical area. And whereas we white people, we tend to try to make everything suit our needs so that we can stay in one spot, and we end up basically strip mining the planet, using up resources, instead of adapting ourselves to the resources available we just use them up and we're kind of parasites in that manner. That's not their words. That's my words. But so that was the lesson, is adapt to the land and allow Creator and the land to care for you instead of trying to make everything fit for your needs. And then the coolest thing ever, they wanted to do a healing ceremony for me, because I wanted to do a healing for the land and the sky while I was there. And when we did that, we also did a healing ceremony for me, so that they could make sure that I could be more spiritually in tune with the earth and Creator, because I was still too much in my whiteness. And that was just the coolest thing ever. And I also got a glimpse into the meaning behind a lot of indigenous rituals and whatnot that I won't go into now, because it was very sacred, and I was very honored to be shown these things. But that's the message of the Puebloan people. So take heart and stay weird. Love you.